Good evening. This is Cub Reporter coming to you live out of Middletown, Rhode Island, in the former United States of America. The date today is January 21st, 2012, 13. My email address is kencordero@americanonline.com. I'm being sponsored today by my good friend out of Mystic, Connecticut, Christina Curtin, creator and designer of fine jewelry, and her number is 1-860-463-4631, and also A1 car cabin van service out of Middletown, Rhode Island. Their number is 401-841-0411. If you have to get someplace, give them a call, but you will be taxed by our governor for it, because they're now taxing services like when you take a taxi, you will be taxed. I've just been listening to some of President Obama's inauguration speech, and I believe the Vice President or some moron there introduced him as our next President, Barack H. Obama. The H is for Hussein. He's a Muslim. He wants to be dictator. He sounds good, when you listen to him, about our life and our liberty, except if the EPA is involved, though, huh? Unless you want to walk out on Satchwitz Beach, you don't have liberty to do that, though, do you, Mr. President? Because of your EPA. Find $100. Or if you're a student in Middletown, if you want to go to a dance, you get breathalyzed. Where are our liberties, Mr. President? This guy is such a pathological liar. Every word out of his mouth is a lie. Now, here's what I'd do if I were president. Here's my inauguration speech. You're in the United States of America, the greatest country that has ever been on God's green earth. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We're not going to tax people and give you money to make you happy. Go get a job. Huh? We're going to start to add value again to being an American. And saving one American life. We're going to let our all-volunteer force that these morons are putting up every hellhole in the world actually have bullets to defend themselves. How's that, Mr. President? How's that if they can actually defend themselves? You've got bodyguards, don't you? Huh? How about if we actually let these people defend themselves? I see these guys all day at work, like on the naval base. Why aren't these people carrying guns? We're in a constant war against terrorists. You never know when they're going to attack. Why don't they have guns? Mr. Obama, Mr. Barack Hussein Muslim Obama, why don't you issue an executive order and get that Fort Hood shooter, Nadal Hussain? Why isn't he already dead and buried? Why wasn't he taken out and just executed the next day? How's that for some justice, Mr. Obama? To all the military people that he injured and killed? How would that be? You're so pathetic. You and your wife and Biden. All these people that want to trample on our rights for the Second Amendment. How many people do you think might have been saved by the Second Amendment, Mr. Obama? Ever think about that? The right to bear arms? It's to protect us from a tyrannical government, which is you. Destroying our economy. You're not supposed to live your life in debt, Mr. Obama. You idiots. And these morons, Republicans, in the House of Representatives, how about this for a debt ceiling? How about zero? You cannot get out of debt by creating more debt. And these people are just creating debt, not to pay for our, like, Social Security or something, which we shouldn't even have to pay for because that money should be there. They weren't supposed to spend that money. And now you're getting less in your pay every week. You people that actually go out and actually work, will actually make America work by working. Why are they raising the Social Security tax? Why can't you pay a little more? I mean, a little less. Why do they have to raise that tax on every American? Yeah, that's going to really help the middle class, Mr. Obama. Jerk off. Well, how did you ever get into Harvard when all you did was get fucked up every day in high school? By your own admission? Is that some sort of affirmative action? But we've seen where that's gotten us. It's gotten us you as our president. And the country, you think the country is actually recovering? You actually think that our economy is actually recovering? Maybe it could if you'd get the government out of everything. If you want to make a deal, all you people listening to me, and especially you people in high school and stuff and in college, because when he says we're trillions of dollars in debt that you didn't incur for yourself, but you're going to have to pay for it, he just loves spending somebody else's money, doesn't he? And if you want to make a deal with your best friend to sell him your shoes, or maybe your watch, or maybe you want to clean his room for him or something, why should I be involved? Why? Why should I be involved? I'm the government. How about if the government gets out of everything? Because they don't know how to do anything. They just wanted more rules, more regulations. If there's more rules and regulations, where are your freedoms? The president, and then he starts talking about climate change. Climate change, that is such a joke. The scientific evidence is, they're just a bunch of liars, right? I mean, the poor little polar bears. I'll tell you, really, I don't care about the polar bears. Tell me, one person, have you ever personally gone and fed a polar bear when they're hungry? Can you do anything to feed them? The polar bears. Like, only God can feed them, and God takes care of everything. Now, for our military, I would make sure they, for one thing, I'd pull them all out of the Middle East, because I'd be drilling, and we'd have our own oil. Think about this. Think about gas at like $2 a gallon. How would that be? And then if you're like in high school, like when I hear girls in high school going, you know, I'd like to get a truck, but I can't afford the gas. Or I hear these older people going, yeah, we used to go down to Florida and, you know, drive around in our boat, but we can't afford the gas. How have you not ruined their life, Mr. President? Huh? Biden, how have you not ruined their life? Pelosi, Reid, how have you not ruined these people's lives? This is America. You shouldn't have to be going, oh, well, I'd like to do this, but gas is too expensive. How about if we actually had policies that drove down the price of gas instead of driving them up? Like maybe we'll go and we'll put our currency back on the gold standard. How would that be? I'd stop spending money that we don't have, put our currency back on a gold standard, where once again we would be the major currency in the world, what everybody else in the world values, an American dollar. How would that be, Mr. President? All you are is, you just want to be a Muslim dictator. Huh? Is that right? How about the gold standard, Mr. President? How about that? How about telling Bernanke to shut off the printing presses? How about that? How would that be? So we're going to stop spending money we don't have, go back on a gold standard. People are going to actually have to go get a job and work. We're going to get rid of welfare, and all you criminal illegal aliens, and I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're Latino, Guatemalan, Chinese. You're not going to get any money because you're not American citizens. And then we're going to stop giving money to Mexico or to Egypt. He wants to send Egypt, like, he wants to send them our planes and stuff, arm the military, the Muslim Brotherhood. These people are our enemies. China is our enemy. We shouldn't be dealing economically with these people. What is wrong with you people in Washington? How about actually thinking about the American people that actually have to get up and work? Huh? How would that be? So all you criminal illegal aliens, you're not getting any more money for nothing. Not for food, not for housing. No more going to the hospital. And then we're not going to have to deport you because you're going to leave yourself. How would that be? Huh? How's that? And we're not going to put, we're not going to put an actual American citizen like here in Middletown. We're not going to put you behind the piping plovers or the rabbits or the coyotes, because they're not more important than you. And if people down in Louisiana or something, they want to have like dog fights and stuff, really, to tell you the truth, I don't care. Everybody wants to have a cause. I want to be free. How about if these people actually read the Constitution? Mr. President, it's your job to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution, not to transform it. Why are you not in prison? Just because you've ruined the economy. If anybody, and just stealing our money now, outright stealing, given with the most ridiculous things. So if you've lost like more than $500 or something, isn't that a felony? So if anybody out there, you've lost more than $500 maybe in your savings account or in your retirement account or your house, why isn't the president being held responsible? Why is he not in prison? Why hasn't he been impeached, thrown in prison where he belongs? Then maybe his wife can stay home, clean the White House, show poor people the dignity of work and the joy of labor. How would that be? I'd get our military out of the Middle East. I'd put them all along the southern border. And if you're caught, they'll be shot. Stay out of the United States of America. Come here the right way. When I hear these people like Senator Rubio, or is he a representative? But when he starts talking about we're going to reform a path to citizenship and this and that, yeah, how about telling them to wait? How about telling them to learn to speak English? Like I wish somebody would do here in Middletown. I wish somebody in this town would speak up. Say, if you're a criminal illegal alien, stay up in Providence, stay out of Middletown. If you come down here, you better speak English, because if you're not, we're going to find you, and we're going to throw you in jail, and we're going to get rid of you, deport you. Tell all these criminal illegal aliens, get out of my town, get out of my state. You can't drive on a road in this state of Rhode Island, which has been controlled by Democrats, that doesn't absolutely suck. When you think of Democrats, think of dentist and decay, like tooth decay, like a cancer, it eats you away from the inside out. That's what the Democratic Party is. Oh, of course, they're going to tell you, we need this and we need that. How about if you get out of everything, until we actually get our economy straightened out, which we will be able to straighten out when we don't go into debt. We put our country back on the gold standard. People actually work. And if the government gets out of everything, then maybe the free market economy will actually be able to work. And prices will drop. Just for the simple fact that government isn't in it. Because when you have government, you have to pay that person. They just have more rules and regulations telling you what you can't do. Not only do they want to be paid for today, they want to be paid for days they don't even work, or sick days, or they want you to pay them for the rest of your life, or pay them, pay their retirement. So how about if the government gets out of healthcare? Let people get their own healthcare. They get their own car insurance, right? And you don't have to pay them for the rest of their lives. That's fine if you want to set away some for retirement. That's all right. But you're not going to have to worry about a cost of living increase every year, because there's not going to be any inflation, because we're not printing money, which creates inflation. But I know all you people that went to all-day kindergarten, you might not get this, but I can't help you. I'm sorry. And this is just too depressing for me now. So with that, I'm going to end this 54th edition of Cub Reporter Ken Cordero. And remember, go to church, because when you go to church, that can help you in all things. Because that's God's house, and God can do all things. Whereas if you go like the athletic club or the gym, you get to work out. If you go to the movies, you can see a nice movie and stuff. But it can't help you when you go home. Whereas if you go to church, it can. So go to church, seek God in goodness and simplicity of heart. And thank you for tuning in.